Good day. I'm Barry Stuvey, the Northwest Washington Service Area Mission Leader, and welcome to the month of June for today's Monday Minutes of June 1st. I appreciate some of these reminders of where we are in time and place because so much of what we've considered as our normal landmarks for our rhythms in life have been impacted by this new reality of the presence of the coronavirus. You may have seen the memes that call out, for those of you who have lost track, today is Blur's Day, the 14th of April. Sometimes it helps to make light of these difficulties, but we also realize that we are experiencing a disruption that has impacted us deeply. It has swept over our society in a way that you might say that we're all in the same storm, but not in the same boat. Some have entered the intensity of supporting patients in a high-risk environment in which many of the normal resources and supports are not available. Others have held essential functions of our society together in other ways that has made their life hectic. And still others have found themselves shut in and shut out from their way of making a living. You may even be experiencing all of these dynamics in the same family system. Another complicating factor is that we are not certain about how to get back to normal or what normal even looks like. We crave stability. We look for handles that we can control. We long for messages of hope. In a recent letter, the Pontifical Academy for Life had this phrase: an emergency like that of COVID-19 is overcome with, above all, the antibodies of solidarity. Something bridges the distances and connects the different boats in this storm. The letter points out that what it calls two rather crude ways of thinking that have become common in our society that keep us separated. One of those ways of thinking says, my freedom ends where another person's begins. You see, our freedoms are always intertwined and overlapped. It's not as simple as calling out those things as separate. And when we recognize that, we are stronger, and we use our freedom for the common good. The other false statement is, my life depends solely on me. Nope. We depend on each other. We are entrusted to each other, whether we realize it or not, and we're better off if we realize it. One thing that we have in common is our humanness. The human dignity, which recognizes that we all have value and worth and even a sense of courage about us, and also our human vulnerability, which reminds us that we are all carrying wounds, that we are all susceptible to damage, that we all have our own struggles. And having a caring heart and sense of duty to care also exposes us to emotional challenges that touch that vulnerability. This is normal, and needing support and help is normal. Some of us are experiencing a darkness that is made deeper by isolation. Some of us have seen and experienced emotional trauma repeatedly and are experiencing PTSD. Some of us carry intense anxiety over how we will keep the basic elements of life together for ourselves and for our families. Some of us have experienced a death of a loved one and have had limited ways to connect with the support of those who are close to us. Some of us have been cut off from the continuity of our spiritual communities. I encourage us all to meet each other with grace during these times, and also to make use of the support resources available to us. In the Monday Minutes email, you'll find contact numbers for the Spiritual Care Department and the Behavioral Health Concierge. Please reach out and make use of those resources. And there are others in our service area specifically that are looking for ways to provide support as it's most helpful, and to do that in direct contact and in the presence of caregivers as they're doing their work. These resources are available to you at no cost and are confidential. The support can help you and the people you are supporting in your work and home lives. It's okay to feel tossed or even lost at sea right now, but get the help that you need. And even if you don't feel like you need help right now, if you're feeling pretty stable, it's still a good idea to reach out to some of those supports so that you can stay in that place of stability, that you can hold your resiliency and continue to serve and be well. We've got a couple other announcements for you today, that our COVID-19 virtual town hall meetings are continuing this week. There's 2 more scheduled, one on Tuesday at noon and one on Thursday at 3 o'clock. And you'll see the link for the team meetings that will help you connect with our leadership team and hear from them some updates, and then also ask your questions. And then also our annual compliance education is coming out right now. So check your email box. All caregivers should receive an email welcoming them to this year's compliance education about privacy and security. The format is new this year, so you'll receive emails from QStream about every other day in this process. And the entire program wraps up in late August. So again, there'll be a link in this Monday Minutes email that you'll be able to follow to see more about that. So thank you for all that you do. Thank you for who you are. You are a blessing to each other. You are a blessing in this community. And may you be well and be safe.